Hi, I'm Riley Dudley.
And I'm Leah Dudley.
And welcome back to another remotely produced episode of EVTV. With all of the chaos going on in the world right now, it's important to recognize the good things that are going on in our community. For some good news about Eagle Valley's 5 Guardian Scholars, we go to Adriana.
You did really good in the interview, and yeah, you won.
And then he's like, I'm sorry that you got the Guardian Scholarship. I'm like, I was just like, I had already processed that I didn't get it. So I was just thinking, and I didn't listen to what he said afterwards. So I'm just like, wait, what'd you say? And he's like, I'm sorry you got the Guardian Scholarship. And I'm like, oh, thanks.
Like, I was in the middle of my stairs, so like I screamed, so it was loud enough for like my dad and my older brother downstairs to hear it, and then my mom and my younger brother upstairs to hear it.
And then, of course, it happened, and she was like, well, congratulations, you're a Guardian Scholar. So I started screaming. I pulled the phone away, and then I started screaming, and then I started jumping in the house.
I honestly couldn't believe it. I asked Julie, it was a phone call, and I asked Julie to repeat herself because I was like, hold up, let me pinch myself. I was like, okay, let me make sure this is right. I was really happy.
Harry Garcia, Jamil Gastelum, Amy Macias, Ruth San Diego, and Jimena Serna just got the news of a lifetime. They are the 5 Eagle Valley students who earned the Guardian Scholarship this year. The Guardian Scholarship is an incredible honor and opportunity for its recipients.
So Guardian Scholarship is we call it a comprehensive scholarship. So basically it's a scholarship that supports a student with tuition, fees, room, board, books. When they live off campus, there's a living stipend for an apartment. Living stipend for an apartment. So it's a comprehensive scholarship that supports a student through college at either Colorado Mountain College or Colorado Mesa, through to graduation, debt-free. Like to think. So our motto is we're more than a scholarship, we're a family.
It frees up kids to really be able to focus on their studies. So the financial piece is huge. Students don't have to worry about getting a job, don't have to worry about surviving because they're taken care of. Most of these students are students that have received other scholarships, and that's really what the Guardian Scholars want to do is reward those students that are going to be their first in family, that have worked really hard throughout high school. They've applied and received other scholarships, and this is basically going to be the icing on the
dreams come true.
In order to apply for the scholarship, the students had to fill out an in-depth application and participate in multiple interviews.
It was very long. I believe the application process started on December and ended last month. It starts with your basic application. You write your essay, fill out the information. And, at first you're nervous, but that's just the first step. Then you go through various stages of interviews.
And the first interview really isn't an interview. It's like a get to know you and to ask like, hey, why are you applying to this interview? Like, who are you as a person? And then the second interview is like an actual kind of interview. And then the last interview is the scariest interview because you're put in front of a room of people surrounding you. And then you have to not only like bring out your like resume self, but you also have to like give it some color basically.
Their academic and life experiences made them stand out in the interview process.
Definitely been through some family situations that could have held me back from doing good in school. I just didn't let that show. I look at where I am now and like where I was 4 years ago, and like I wouldn't have seen myself right now, right here.
Like, I guess for me, one of the things was like I was, in the Epoch Science Club. It's a club that's hosted by the Stedman Philippon Research Institute in Bell. They only take 2 kids from each school every year. And so I was one of them this year. It's something that like not a lot of kids can say. When you experience this stuff, you get a good idea of like what sucks and what doesn't.
Ultimately, these students were selected for their reputation in the community and their potential to continue to make a positive impact.
We like to see students as individuals. We like to work with their families and support the student along with their families. We look for 3 things. We look for academic potential, financial need, and character. What makes them stand out is they've really excelled in all 3 of those ways. They've met the criterion, but the most important one really is that last, who are you? How do we know you're going to take this opportunity and run with it? And they come back in the county and they're doing a phenomenal work for this community. It's incredibly exciting to see how people are navigating a very, very difficult window. And that to me it's good news for the future.
The support of teachers and family have helped these students get to where they are today.
My family, my teachers, Heather, Mr. Bartlett, my friends, all of them just believed in me and like me seguían echando porras.
Huge part of my support system, even though it wasn't like directly towards the garden. It was a lot of my teachers, you know, Miss Shapiro, Miss Rivera, Mr. Bartlett.
Beard was my biggest supporter, and he's always like helped me. And he wrote my letter of recommendation, which was like super nice. And like I know he absolutely would have done it, but like I'm still like super thankful. And
Unexpectedly, I had a lot of support from the Avid family. Like Mr. Beard and Mr. Cotton Study, and Mr. Bartlett always asked, like, is there anything I can do?
Mr. Bartlett, too, my Avid teacher, he was also pushing me towards applying. So I applied and I got it.
I knew that they had it. I knew just even from the interviews that some of them gave me in the 8th grade that they were going to be stars.
And they're invested in sharing their advice with others who might apply for the Guardian in the future.
it's not easy. That's for sure. It does take a lot of effort.
Don't lose your momentum. I know junior year was incredibly hard, and I know it may seem like senior year isn't going to be as hard, but it can be really hard if you let it.
If you believe in yourself, I mean, anything is possible.
Just stop thinking about it. Just do it. It's not going to take you. It's not going to take you months to just, you know, fill out the application. You know, you'll get in a groove, and you'll have people there to help you.
The Guardian Scholars have bright futures ahead of them. Congratulations and good luck to our Guardian Scholars.
Stay-at-home orders have been lifted, and the Safer at Home order means that Coloradans are now able to spend more time outside while maintaining social distance. For the top 5 socially distant outdoor activities here in Colorado, we go to Langston.
It's hard to stay active during a time like this, so here are 5 easy activities you can do to get up and outdoors during quarantine. Bike riding is a fun way to get your exercise in. Whether you're going on some trails or cruising around your neighborhood, riding a bike is a good way to work your legs and stay active individually. Eagle and Gypsum have many different options for trails. Whether it's a beginner trail, intermediate, or expert, there's something for any and every person to enjoy. You could practice your sports. Shoot a soccer ball, bounce a basketball, or throw a football. They're all great ways to get up and active while also getting ready for next season. Hiking is an activity that anyone can enjoy. Hiking is a great way to clear your mind and see parts of the outdoors you don't often get to see. Hiking helps better your mental health while exercising. Fishing is a fun, calming activity to do during this stressful time. Fishing allows you to relax while outdoors and have some exciting moments as well. Walking your dog is the perfect activity to keep you and your canine friend healthy. Walking your pets is beneficial to you and your dog, whether it's 15 minutes or 60 minutes. That was 5 activities you can do to get up and active during this crazy time. This has been Langston James.
Be sure to reach out to your teachers and let them know that you appreciate them.
That's all we have for you on this episode of EVTV. Please stay safe and socially distant. This has been Riley
And Leah
for EVTV.